Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It really does feel like it's been a while since I've last uploaded, since I last made a video, but this video is actually only 24 hours behind schedule, and chances are that you didn't even notice it, and I've just been stressing out for no reason at all. Yesterday, something really crappy happened. I was about 5 hours deep into my video editing process, and then I ended up pushing the wrong combination of buttons and accidentally deleted the entire folder that held all of my video files for this particular project. And then, of course, to make matters worse, I couldn't actually recover any of the files because I also emptied the trash, and it was all gone for forever. A little part of me just died inside and I felt like crying, but this experience did reaffirm how challenging chasing your dreams can be, which in my case is of course building this YouTube ministry. And it got me thinking about some of the emails that I get on a regular basis from you guys. Every single once in a while, I get asked for tips and techniques on how to grow your online ministry, how to grow your digital footprint, whether that's through your church's Facebook group, your personal Instagram, or let's say, in this case, a YouTube channel. And so as a way to give you some food for thought in this area, today's video will be on 3 tips on how to grow a Christian YouTube channel. Let's get started. By the way, if I am like blinking too much, my left contact is like drying out, and so I'm trying not to like twitch on camera. Tip number 1, you need to know your audience. It's not only enough to know what type of content you are creating, but you also have to be able to answer the question, who are you making the content for? Many ministries can be very lazy when it comes to answering this question. People will say things like, I just want to help people grow closer to God, which of course is a very noble goal, but in my opinion, this goal is still very, very, very vague. What kinds of people are you trying to help? And really, in what ways are you trying to help them grow? Take my friend Brady, who runs the podcast, the Pro Church Tools podcast, for example, who, by the way, he actually released a podcast interview that I did with him this morning. See what I did there? Nice subtle plug, just transitioned right into it. His podcast is very focused on what he is trying to accomplish. Brady's podcast isn't just generically for Christians, but it's more about providing resources to help churches grow their communication skills through video and design. His podcast and his website, prochurchtools.com, is all about helping a specific type of Christian, specifically the Christian whose goal it is to market and to promote their church or ministry more effectively. So for you, go deeper into your target audience. Who are they? How old are they? Are they male or are they female? What types of interests do they have? And really, what kind of challenges do they face? And how are you supposed to help them overcome them? One really good way to help you kind of answer these questions is to actually ask your audience. And this is something that I try to do on occasion. For example, I'm putting together my content calendar for 2018 with a goal to have a theme for every single month of the year. February is going to be all about dating and relationships. Another month might be on money and the Bible, or another month might be on tips on how to study the Bible more effectively. And the goal is to have within every single month to have all of the video subjects already planned ahead of time. So practicing what I preach, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. What types of videos do you come to this channel for? And what have been some of your favorites? And really, what would you like to see more of? Let me know. Tip number 2 is to put in the work. In my opinion, one of the most important characteristics for anyone who wants to be successful is resiliency. God willing, as you build your YouTube channel up, you're gonna have moments of tangible success. Maybe a video does much better than you thought, or perhaps you get this reaffirming email or comment about someone who says how they were just so blessed by the content that you put out. But chances are, as you go down this path, and certainly much more as you start off, you're gonna have moments or seasons where you feel discouraged, times where you feel like you're just talking to yourself and you're not reaching anybody. You may end up doing what I did and work on a video for say 5 hours only to have it all completely lost. You'll pour your heart and your soul into a project only to see it fall on deaf ears. And so this is where resiliency comes into play. Are you the kind of person that just gives up, or do you push through? Do you get discouraged, or does the challenge reignite that fire inside of you? Unless you hit the YouTube lottery and suddenly have a viral video that blows up overnight, you're gonna have to get used to this. You're gonna have to get used to this type of disappointment and this type of hard work. Thomas Edison famously said that opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks a lot like work. If you're wanting success, then you're gonna have to put in work. I do remember when I first started off doing this channel that I committed myself to doing a minimum of 1 video a week, which I realize for those of you guys who have never done this before, it doesn't sound like a lot, but let me tell you, that's a difficult pace to maintain. To grow your audience, you're gonna need to be consistent and to push through all the difficult moments. And sometimes this does mean that you have to sacrifice your sleep or socializing. You might end up actually using your day off of work to be able to invest into this side project for a few months. Either way, in order to be successful, you do just need to put in the work. And so of course, this leads us to my last tip, tip number 3, which is to do your homework. Creating a video is a great start, but it is just the beginning. You need to always educate yourself and adapt your skills to get better and better with every single try. Some questions to ask yourself are, how can you get better lighting or better audio? How can you do a better job, for example, of storytelling or grabbing people's attention? And then, of course, beyond the mechanics of just creating a video, how are you actually educating yourself to provide better content? Are you studying the Bible or other books to become more educated in the content that you're trying to present? My friends who have been all the way out to the seminary shared with me a little rule of thumb that they were taught, which is for every 1 minute that you're going to be preaching, you need to have 1 hour of preparation. Which I'm very curious to know if that's actually accurate, because that sounds a little overkill. Either way, you need to do your homework. Invest in courses, get coaches, listen to podcasts, network with other creators, and do what you can to learn as much as you can. Creating videos and growing an audience is in fact a science. There are just certain things that you need to know, and the only way to know it is if you go and do your homework. This is something that I take very, very, very seriously. I have YouTube mentors. I have purchased multiple online courses, and I've even gone as far as to pay as much as $500 for a 1-hour coaching session with someone that I look up to in the industry. Largely speaking, you get out what you invest in. Now, maybe you don't have money to do all of that, because I know that I certainly didn't have it at the time either, and I still don't have that kind of money to do it frequently now, but it doesn't mean that you can't do your homework and to learn. There are audiobooks that are very, very cheap, there are free podcasts, and likely there are people that you know in your day-to-day life who'd be willing to coach you through an area of expertise. In any given day, I'm spending at least 3 to 4 hours in homework. I'm spending time in podcasts or tutorial videos or coaching sessions with mentors or friends to constantly do what I can to upgrade what I'm serving my community with. Do your homework. On that note, I do have a 14-part video course on the subject on how to grow your YouTube channel, where I basically walk you through everything that I've learned and applied to grow my channel to where it is today. Now, normally I sell it as a way to help kind of further the mission of this ministry for $150, but I am wanting to do a giveaway for some of you guys who are watching. In the description below this video will be a link to the podcast interview that I did with Brady that I've so subtly just weaved into the video a couple minutes ago. But on that podcast, we talk about my story and a few different strategies to help create better video content. And so if you would like the online course for free, just do me a favor. Share that link with your Facebook friends and then tag me in the post. And the very first 3 people to share the podcast episode and to tag me in the post will get the course for free. You'll be able to help promote Brady's podcast, and you'll get something that should help you grow your own Christian YouTube channel as well. So, ready, set, go. Oh, wait, one last thing. I know that there were a lot of last things in that last little bit, but let me know what your thoughts are on this video. Is this a subject that you're interested in hearing more about? Because I know that this channel isn't really like a marketing channel or a how to win at YouTube tutorial type of channel, but if this is something that's relevant to you, and if this is something that's interesting to you, I want to make more content like this. So do you have any follow-up questions? Because if I get enough questions, I just might make another video on this topic. And now we are done. So until next time, I'm that Christian vlogger, and I want to encourage you to experience faith in the first person. God bless.